And now we're back, and the Arizona Cardinals are a week and a half away from opening their season against the Buffalo Bills. I'm going to read a little line here from Dan Bickley's column on ArizonaSports.com, which he's talking about the Cardinals. And he writes, maybe patience is the smart play for now. Maybe this team needs another heavy influx of productive draft picks to compensate for the fruitless and barren years from general manager Steve Keim. But Monty Ossenfort is taking a serious risk here. If Kyler Murray is destined to become an NFL superstar, it's going to happen right here and right now. He's healthy, he's matured, he has real scar tissue and a firm grasp on a new system. No more runway is needed for Murray to make a quantum leap. And if the Cardinals turn into a juggernaut on offense, Ossenfort might bear the blame for leaving the defense underfunded for a second consecutive year.
Hot take.
And then he wrote,
hot take.
He sprayed a little water on it later. I will bottle my skepticism for now. For better or worse, Ossenfort is sticking to his plan, his vision, and his budget. But if Murray turns into a fireworks show in 2024, he better hope that defense can stop somebody and get off the field when necessary. What do we think about that? I read that column, and as usual with Bickley, it was really thought-provoking. What's the first thing you think of when you hear that?
That I hope the offense lives up to the expectation.
Okay.
The first thing is that the offense has to take care of the business. We're almost putting it in the corner, like we're almost banking it that the offense is going to be great and they're going to do all these things, and it's going to be on the defense that they didn't go very far. The offense has to do it first, right? I mean, remember the whole talk the talk, walk the walk thing? Like, we are talking the talk about this offense, but it's not a foregone conclusion. We expect they're going to be dynamic. We expect they're going to be electric, and they're going to have great drives and score, and Marvin Harrison Jr. could be the rookie of the year, and Kyler's going to put up these unbelievable numbers, and James Conner and Trey Benson are going to rush for the most yards anybody. Trey McBride's going to be one of the great tight ends in fantasy football. Like, all of these things we believe, but you can't. You got to do it now. You have to do it. Because there's been other things that we believed in that didn't work out, you know? So I think that's the first thing I think of, is that now they've got to do that first in order for us to be able to question the defense.
Yeah,
if the defense doesn't play well.
And that's a good thought. My first thought was honestly, it was agreeing with the whole tone of the column. Now, you're right, and you are really right when you say you can't just assume the offense is going to be great. It looks like it should be great. There's no reason to think that it won't be great. But I don't know if you can just assume that, given, that there are still so many somewhat new pieces to it, and Kyler Murray's kind of a new piece. He only played in a handful of games last year, et cetera, et cetera. I do feel like in the NFL, and this was my overall takeaway from reading it, I do feel like overall in the NFL, it shouldn't have to take that long to turn something around. I mean, things in this league, and I can give you example after example after example of teams that do not need a whole lot of time to turn things around and to steer the ship in a different direction, both good and bad. And I just hope that a year from now, we won't look back at 2024 as a wasted year of Kyler Murray. Like you had you had a great year of Kyler Murray, like everything, the stars were all aligned for him. I don't want to waste that on a defense that's only good enough to get them 7 wins, because that would be a waste, right? You've only got a finite number of chances at this in the NFL with a quarterback like this. You want to make sure you take advantage of every single one and be ashamed to waste it if they did.
Well, the first thing that comes to mind as you're talking, the first thing I think about is, have the Buffalo Bills wasted the best out of Josh Allen by not giving him a real wide receiver? Right? I mean, that's like, we're talking about the defense here, but in Buffalo, it's like you've got this ultra-talented quarterback, and they can't get over the hump, but you never go out and get yourself a wide receiver. They just don't, they had Diggs, but like this year they didn't go get help for Diggs. Like, are they giving him all the help that they need for him to be great? And I think from Kyler, I think that they have loaded him up with all the offensive weapons, the running back, the tight end, the wide receiver, to be dynamic. But now it's, the question really is, can the defense at least be average?
Yeah. Is your dog barking at that mountain lion that was in your backyard?
Oh my God! Did you see that?
I saw that. Did you see the video of that, Lauren? Did you see?
Hold on. Let me shut the door. Yeah, that thing was incredible. Chelsea's outside, like, and then it made a move. Like, it made a move.
Yeah, and she's like, no.
She's like, no. You just don't. She like, she was out there videotaping this bobcat or mountain lion, whatever it was, and then she's videotaping it in our backyard, and all of a sudden, like, the thing turns and starts to take a step. And she's like, "Don't you come over here!"
Yeah, it was like a baby, a younger like bobcat or mountain lion or I don't know what it was, but it was scary. It was sitting on the top of your slide, just kind of licking its paws, and then I don't know if it sensed the dog or whatever, but it looked up and it was. You live out there. You live out there in the wilderness. I saw that video on social media today. I'm like, oh, Gambo's backyard is like a wildlife zoo back there with the collection of animals that he's got.
Yeah, she had to like still. She wasn't saying anything. She was videotaping it. Thinks it's cool. All of a sudden, the thing turns and starts to come towards her.
Yeah, well, I heard your dog barking in the background because I know you're working from home today, so I assume maybe the dog was barking there. Yeah. Here's Jonathan Gannon today. And I thought this answer was kind of revealing on the state of mind of the organization right now. Because if we're asking the question, is what they're doing enough? Are they taking advantage of the window that's in front of them? Jonathan Gannon spoke specifically on his level of comfort with the linebacking room, specifically the edge rushers. Here's what he said, and I think it's pretty revealing.
I'm comfortable. Yeah, I am. I mean, I know, you guys might not be comfortable, but that's okay. That's your opinion. We're going to figure out with what we have going into Buffalo. We'll put a plan together that is the best thing for our players and our team to win the game. And that can look different, a lot of different ways. You know what I mean? So, we're drastically different than this team, than that team, than the other team. Everyone has different ways to do things. And I think we're going to be fine. And we have to. It's on the coaches to do a good job with who we have to make sure that we can have success.
Okay, they think they're going to be fine. They think they're going to be okay. And had they had B.J. Ojulari and Darius Robinson available, I'd probably think they're going to be fine too. But because they don't have either one of those guys, I would put myself in the category of people who don't think they're going to be fine at that position. I will freely admit that.
I wonder if that's how they feel, too. But obviously, Jonathan Gannon's not going to come out. Yeah, I'm really worried about the position. We don't have anybody that's done a damn thing.
Yeah, of course he's not.
Like, I don't know how we're going to get any pressure on the quarterback with what we've got. Like, yeah, we didn't really address, we didn't really address edge rusher in free agency, and we don't really have a guy on the roster that, that's good at getting. I don't think we'll have a 10-sack guy. I don't think we'll have one. I don't think you're not going to hear that. So that's where you're going to hear, like, we're fine, we're okay. It's on the coaches to try to get the most out of it. They've got to instill belief in the players. They've got to instill belief in all those guys. We believe in you. We believe in you. We think you're going to be great. Don't mind what everybody's saying about our pass rush, and we're going to be good because I believe in you guys. Again, now, behind closed doors, how much do they believe in them? I don't know. But they have to instill a level of confidence in those players because they want to get the most out of those guys. And maybe somebody surprises us. I mean, maybe somebody jumps out and surprises us.
Sure. There's certainly the capacity here to be surprised. And look, let's cut right to the chase here. This whole conversation is a thinly disguised, conversation basically about Hassan Reddick and whether the Cardinals should go get him. One, we don't even know if he's available. Two, the Jets are talking about him like he could walk back in that door right now and be ready to play in week one. I think a lot of us, I know me, I was watching this morning the waiver claims at 9 o'clock just to see if there was an edge rusher the Cardinals would go out try to add another body in the room. Either that guy wasn't available because of the claims that were made in front of him, or that guy wasn't out there for them to go get, kind of doubling down on the level of comfort with their roster. I hope they're right. I hope that they have what they need in the room to contend because, to Bickley's point, if it is going to be a special year for Kyler Murray, man, you don't want to waste that. You'd hate to. Well, it was really a 3-year rebuild and not a 2-year rebuild. Hell, there's no time frame on this, right? Like if you've got a team good enough to go win, you've got to go for it in that moment because you don't know when those moments are going to come around. You just don't.
Right. And I don't know that we look at a team that won 4 games last year and think that this is going to be this great moment. I think we're all just hoping that they take this step, going in the right direction, win more games, be more competitive, to where next year it's not a question about whether you go out and you go get a player that can get you over the top. Yeah. Then you go spend that money.
Thanks for watching Burns and Gambo. Click to see more from the guys and hit the button in the middle to subscribe so you never miss a video from Arizona sports.